Insidious Chapter 1. That at last we saw that Josh goes to the world of dead people to save his son Dalton's life, and then he succeeds in bringing his son out of that world to this world, but his own soul remains there, because a demon soul with a black wedding dress takes possession of Josh's body. In the starting scene of Chapter 2, we see 1986, and this is about the time when paranormal investigator Ellis was young, and Ellis comes to Josh's mother Lauren's house. And of course Josh is also a little kid, and Josh's mother, Lauren, shows Ellis all those pictures, in which a demon soul with a black wedding dress was slowly coming towards him. During the investigation, Ellis comes to know that Josh has an ability due to which he goes to the world of dead people, and because of this quality of Josh, a devil follows him. And not only here, but she also wants to possess Josh. Ellis herself also feels the presence of that demon soul there, which mentally tortures Ellis. To save Josh's life, Ellis and Lauren erase all the realted memories of the incidents and Josh's ability to go to another world. After this we are shown 25 years later, means present time, where the police come to Ranaya's house regarding the murder of Ellis. Ranaya tells the policemen about the strange things happening in her house, but the police officers do not believe her words. Rather, he tells Ranaya that since Ellis's strangulation fingerprint matched with Josh's fingerprint, the police will not spare him. Josh shifts to his mother's house with his entire family, but even in this house, Ranaya notices strange things. Music play and piano plays automatically, and his little daughter starts crying seeing someone, and gets surrounded by the swing itself. Ranaya tells all these things to Josh, but he doesn't believe her words, rather starts fighting with her. Josh tells Ranaya that a ghost followed him when he was coming from the world of the dead, who killed Ellis, and now everything is back to normal. And then Ranaya has to agree to Josh's advice even if she doesn't want to. Then we see that Ellis's partners and paranormal investigators goes to Ellis's house, and when they are inside the house, then the door of a room opens automatically, and when both of them go inside that room, then they get a videotape of year 1986. And this is the same videotape in which Ellis made during Josh's investigation, when she was young. That's why both the investigators notice that someone is standing behind Josh, with whom he was talking something. Lauren, who is near Dalton when he is asleep, and he tells Lauren in his sleep that there is someone behind her, means behind Lauren. Then Lauren sees a woman in a white dress in her house. Then Lauren gets very scared, and she tells this to Josh, but Josh was not ready to believe any of her words, rather he tells her the opposite. Dalton is sitting near Ranaya in the morning. Dalton is very scared. He tells Ranaya that he had a bad dream, and then he tells about his nightmare. Here Dalton is talking about last night when Lauren was with him, when there was a woman in white dress behind Lauren, and he was considering as his dream. Dalton also tells Ranaya that Josh talks to someone alone. Dalton is very scared about all these things. Then Ranaya pacifies him by saying that everything will be normal. Ranaya gets a call from the police officer, and he tells that the fingerprints on Ellis's neck do not match with the fingerprints of Josh. But Ranaya could not digest this, because it was Josh who killed Alice. Then strange things happen there, and Ranaya sees a woman in that black dress. Then Ranaya hears the voice of that demon soul from her daughter's room, and then her baby girl starts crying. Ranaya quickly tries to run to her daughter's room, but someone locks the door from inside. One way or the other, Ranaya opens the door and goes inside, and she sees that her little daughter is not there. Once again the voice of that demon soul comes from another room, and that demon soul attacks Ranaya, due to which Ranaya faints. Lauren visits Ellis's partners, and tells them that the demon soul is still in her house, and his family's life is in danger, and she seeks help from both of them. They both show Lauren the childhood videos of Josh. By zooming the video, they both show Chai at someone's place behind Josh. And this shadow is of Josh. Lauren gets scared seeing this. He calls Ellis's friend paranormal investigator. Ellis's friends try to contact Ellis through dice. Ellis's soul gives them a hint to go to the hospital where Lauren used to work, and the strange thing was that that hospital was closed for a long time. When Lauren goes to a room in that hospital, she remembers an incident. Many years ago when Lauren used to work here, a patient named Parker was admitted there, and his nature was quite strange. And one day when Josh also came there with Lauren, then the same patient suddenly attacks Josh. Some days later, Lauren sees that patient in the lift of the hospital. When Lauren tries to talk to him, he was not giving any answer. Then Lauren complains about him to a sister. Patient Parker is roaming around the hospital instead of resting. Then that sister tells a shocking thing to her, that the patient has committed suicide yesterday, and now he is no more in this world. Then we see that a demon soul is threatening Josh to destroy his family. When Whannell regains consciousness, she is very scared, and Josh tries to convince her, and Whannell runs towards her room to see her little daughter, and she sees that her daughter is safe and sound. Whannell tells Josh that a woman in a white dress attacked her, and still nothing is normal. Then Josh, not agreeing to his words, says that he should ignore all those souls. Then suddenly there is the sound of piano playing, and when both of them go and see, there is no one there. Then Whannell plays the same music on the piano which is playing at that time, and Josh asks her to stop that music. Then Whannell asks Josh a question. She says, "Tell me, which music is this?" But Josh could not remember anything. Whannell gets very upset and surprised on this because she had made this music for Josh only. On the other hand, they all go to the patient Parker's house with the paranormal investigators and Lauren. When both Ellis's sidekicks go upstairs to that room, they find a child's room there. But the surprising thing is that all the toys in that room were of girls, but Parker was a man, and both of them see the soul of a little girl there, who tells both of them that both of you should leave from here, otherwise she will force me to kill you people. Both of them run away from that room in fear. Dorton's eyes open because of some voices, and Dorton sees someone's ghost over there, the one who is scared, and asks him for help. But then suddenly many demon souls come there, and they attacks Dorton. Dorton tries to save himself by shouting, and then Whannell comes there and pacifies him. Lauren sees a picture at Parker's house, and that picture is the picture of the woman in that white dress, and along with that girl, whom both the investigators had seen. And to kill Lauren, that evil power hangs over a chandelier to her, but Ellis's friend saves her, and then these people realize that it was not Ellis's soul that called here, but Parker's mother, that is, the soul of the woman in the white dress, which is a demon soul. Those people get a secret room here. In that room they get black wedding dress and very old newspapers in a box. Ellis's friend learns that Parker disguised himself as a woman and used to wear a black wedding dress, and used to kill young females. And all this was done by the spirit of his dead mother to Parker. And the woman in the black wedding dress behind Josh, who was engaged since childhood, was none other than Parker's ghost. And here Ellis's friend also comes to know that Josh's body has been possessed by Parker's spirit. Because of this, Josh's soul is trapped in the world of the dead. Next day Lauren tells all these things to Whannell, and it also says that there is someone else's soul inside Josh and their lives are in danger, and tells her to keep her children away from Josh. On the other hand, Ellis's partner and her friend go to Josh's house, so that they can extract Parker's soul from Josh. Both the companions of Ellis stay outside in the van, and Ellis's friend the paranormal investigator goes inside the house. From the van, both of them are listening to the conversation of Ellis's friend. When Josh goes inside on the pretext of getting water for him, then Ellis's friend takes out the injection to inject him. Then Josh comes there and he asks Ellis's friend, "What have you done?" And then the eyes of that paranormal investigator are fixed on Josh's hand, which he was hiding behind. And when Ellis's friend asks him, "What have you done in your hand?" to which he says that, "You ask your dice what was in my hand." He says that, "My mother's spirit has told me that last night you used dice very well." And herein Josh Parker was speaking, and he knew everything about out last night. And then Ellis's friend throws those dice down, and above it is written knife. Then Josh takes out a knife and attacks Ellis's friend. Hearing all this, Ellis's sidekicks go inside and help him, but Josh was not under anyone's control, and on the contrary, he makes both of them unconscious, and kills Ellis's friend. Then inside Josh, Parker messages Lauren from Ellis's companion's mobile, so that both of them come inside the house. Then we see that Ellis's friend meets Josh in the world of the dead, and there a ghost says something to Josh. Because Josh was alive, that's why neither he could see that soul, nor could he hear it. That spirit tells Josh that your daughter is in its possession. Then he points towards his house. Then Josh sees the demon's soul outside his house, which we also saw in Insidious Chapter 1. Then that demon ghost goes inside the house. Seeing this, Josh also runs towards home, and knocks loudly on the door of the house. Then we are shown that Insidious Chapter 1 that night when there was a loud knocking at Josh's house. It was Josh's soul who was trapped in the world of the dead. When Josh comes down, then Josh's soul sees him. Josh's spirit enters the house to save his daughter's life, and saves his daughter from that demon's soul. Josh fights with that demon's soul, but that demon's soul was more powerful than Josh. And then Ellis's soul comes there and saves Josh's soul. Ellis says passionately that this is not your world. That's why you should go back to your world. Take out Parker's soul from your body and put it in this world. But to do this, Josh has to go to Parker's house. But Josh could not remember anything about it. Ellis's spirit introduces Josh to little Josh. And this is that time when young Josh comes to ask behind little Josh about that woman with black wedding dress. Josh asks little Josh where is that black wedding dress woman, due to which little Josh tells him where she is. On the other hand, Lauren and Whannell go inside the house, and now Parker had completely possessed Josh's body, and he attacks both of them. Josh locks Lauren in a room, and he is about to kill Whannell. Then Dalton comes there, and hits Josh in the head with a bat. Then Whannell runs to the storeroom with her children. On the other side of the world of the dead, Josh's spirit takes Ellis and her friend's souls to the Parker house, and there these people see Parker's childhood. There they sees that Parker's mom was torturing him and forcing him to remain a girl, and she used to keep him not as a boy but as a girl, because Parker used to wear women's clothes. Actually, his mother was the reason behind this. And then Parker's mother sees Ellis and her friend, and attacks those people. On the other hand, Dalton tells Whannell that he will go to the world of the dead, and Josh will be saved from there. And then Dalton really goes to the world of the dead. Josh's body is completely possessed by Parker. In the world of the dead, Parker's mother is about to kill Josh. And in the real world, Parker is about to kill Dalton. And then Ellis comes to the world of the dead and saves Josh. And Ellis hits Parker's mother so much that she becomes weak. And due to the weakness of his mother, here in the real world, Parker also starts to become weak. That's when Lauren reaches there, and saves Dalton's body. In the world of the dead, Ellis tells her friend and Josh that both of you are still alive, so go back to your world. And then these two emerge from the midst of many ghosts, and they searching the way to the real world. And that's where Dalton comes in, who takes his father and Ellis's friend to the real world. Josh comes back to his body, and now everything becomes normal. On the other hand, Ellis's friend destroys all the memories going to the other world of Dalton, so that he can never go to that world again. Then we see Ellis's companions, those who go to a house, so that they can extract paranormal things from inside a girl child. Ellis is also there with both of them, which is not visible to anyone else but only to that little girl. And here was the movie, Insidious Chapter 2.